Hi, listeners. I'm Velma, and we have with us here an important personality, Major Vijay Kumar Bhasin, who is partially disabled and yet a talented golfer, pianist, and an author of various books. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you and namaskar.
Sir, could you tell all of us something about your background?
Yes, well, I'm a retired army officer, Major Vijay Kumar Bhasin, who sustained the spinal injury way back in 1982 at Kargil. I come from a very modest family. My father had migrated from Pakistan to a small village near Dehradun. I studied in a Hindi medium up to 5th class, where we had to sweep our classrooms with cow dung and polish our own wooden slates for writing upon it. My father was a medical doctor whose father lost in business and studied under the lamppost with a blanket on in Lahore and yet studied on scholarship. My father was definitely a visionary who got me admitted into a English school, St. Joseph's Academy in Dehradun, where everything was taught in English. Since I came from Hindi medium, the principal admitted me again in 5th class, which otherwise I had passed. Well, other students made fun of me as I could hardly speak in English. But determined as I was, I told myself, I'll be teaching you all in English one day, which I did by teaching at Institute of Management, Ahmedabad.
Okay, and sir, could you tell us about the various places where you were posted as an officer?
Well, I was commissioned on 15th March 1970 in artillery and was sent to Devlali for my young officers course. And after about 5 months of training, my first unit located at Talbet near Babina, there I was posted. And believe me, we had no pakka accommodations and we were to stay in tents over there. And surprisingly, I was badly ragged by my seniors, which I expected. Our unit where I was posted, then a light motor regiment, which had Maratha troops, and I'm extremely proud of my Maratha troops. In mid-1971, as a lad of, imagine, just 23, 24 years, I was sent to J&K region, from where we were inducted into Indo-Pak 1971 operation.
Okay, and just before we move on to some of your war-related experiences, we shall break in for a song and we shall come back and discuss some of the experiences. Okay, so welcome back, listeners, and we are here in conversation with Major Vijay Kumar Bhasin, who is quite a resilient personality, a man who has had so many setbacks, and yet he has really pushed himself up in life. He's a great pianist too, which is something that we will be talking about. But right now, sir, why don't you share your war-related experiences with us? Any particular incident that you would like to tell us?
I have a number of experiences. At the outset, I'll tell you about Field Marshal Manekshaw, who assembled all officers in Jammu and gave a very motivating speech. He said, and I quote, please, "I have cleared your way, boys. Bash on regardless. It's a soft cakewalk for you. Keep remembering Sam Manekshaw." And then we crossed the minefields and were barely inside Pakistan, about 23 to 24 kilometers. And I experienced, as we were crossing the minefields, during the daytime, of course, Sabre jets of Pakistan came hovering over us twice, and we thought we had it. That was our last day, in fact. But we dispersed, and fortunately for us, they spared us, we being an impromptu target, and soon we heard that they went and bombarded the Pathankot airport. Another very interesting thing I'll tell you is that before crossing the border, I noticed a small hurricane lamp and someone having a bath to his glory. I shouted, I said, "Who is this swine?" He replied that this is your brigade commander, Voda. My, I had to apologize civilly to him. Imagine how cool he was. He passed down his orders, percolated down, and had a cool bath before getting into the operation. Well, that's what Brigadier Bora was. Later, he became a general. And one more I'll quote you is that as we were buried underground, and we found that Pakistan fired upon us and they bombarded right on top of the mango tree under which we were hiding. Fortunately, God with us, nothing happened, and we are here today with you. And during the ceasefire, in fact, the Pakistanis told us that our pounding was so strong that we devastated everything. We were nearer to the Shakara sector, which is approximately 24 to 25 kilometers in high altitude.
Okay, and talk about high altitude. Could you also tell us, listeners, to some of your experiences working at a high altitude?
Yes. Madam, I was posted at Kargil, where temperature falls below 30 degrees centigrade, as Kargil district receives the heaviest snowfall in Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh region. Well, the motto there for everyone is, and we are taught that way, keep your equipment and yourself fit, and you are one half of the battle. Now, what happened was that on a bright sunny day, when the temperature was around minus 29 degrees centigrade, as I was walking around my gun area around 9:30 a.m., I slipped on snow and there was nothing to stop me. I sustained a spinal injury. Thereafter, I was in Army Hospital at Delhi for nearly 4 months. The surgeon was nice. He said, Bhasin, I'll never use knife against you. I'm thankful to him now. So I was understandably downgraded medically and became the permanent low medical category with no promotions, no course, so I had nothing to look forward for in army.
If you're saying there's nothing to look forward towards in the army, then we also have another side of you that we all know, and that is of a musician. You are a great piano player, pianist. There are so many music instruments in the whole world. What made you choose the piano?
That's a very relevant and important question I was expecting from you. You see, my wife, aged 58, faded away with cancer. And thereafter, I decided to do work for such patients, such as cancer patients, hospitals, for blind schools, destitute homes, old age homes, disabled persons, etc., etc. No doubt, I play golf, and that's my passion, in fact, both in the morning and in the evening. So I walk around 10 kilometers every day non-stop to keep myself fit, as I am partially disabled. I got numbness on my soles, which is called as paresthesia. So what happened was that my lady Goan friends, sorry, don't take me seriously, they suggested me to learn piano, and thereafter there was no looking backwards. While playing piano, you'll not believe me, madam, I notice many patients afflicted with cancer and yet not giving up. At times I notice while playing some of them with tears of well, in fact, into their eyes. And believe me, moisture used to often gather in my eyes too. The worst was small toddlers afflicted with the diseases, with the monstrous disease, and I used to gather around them, dance with them at Tata Memorial of Bombay, who, you'll not believe me, sounds incredible. They receive around 1,500 new children patients every day, and around 5,000 in all their hospitals around India. Well, it is absolutely, it's mind-boggling, in fact. Yes, piano I learned on my own, in fact, with an instructor here. He was with me for 3-4 months. Excellent, very fine gentleman who treated me. But I missed out, in fact. You see, while I was injured, I was just a graduate at that time. That means I was just a BSc boy. Now, I thought, chum, as such, you'll be out or kicked out of the army. No one will give you a job outside. So what do you do? So sitting at Rajouri that time, I did my MA. And I did extremely well in international relations paper. And believe me, I had no books. I used to listen to radio, but my GK was very high. And I completed my MA. So I said, MA, who will give you a job with just merely an MA? So I did my PhD again in international relations. Having done PhD, I said, who will give you still the job? So from Hague, then I did was postgraduate diploma in United Nations Organization and International Understanding, and specialized in World Bank. Thereafter, I was teaching at IIM Ahmedabad also. And I'm an founder editor of 2 international journals, including the last one was Commodity Today.
Okay.
And fortunately, I had also gone to attend WTO and GATT negotiation at Brussels and Geneva.
Okay.
And thereafter, I had the good luck of going to United Nations Organization. And along with other scientists, we had to submit a paper of food strategy for South and Southeast Asia. The books that I had written one was Soviet Intervention in Afghanistan, its background and implications. Madam, you'll find it in New York Library, as well probably in the White House.
Okay.
And second is superpower rivalry in the Indian Ocean. They both are the hottest topics. They were that time in the 80s, and they are even now today.
Yeah. Okay.
Then another book which I wrote was with 2 professors of business management school at Ahmedabad, and that is how I sort of kept my studies.
Okay.
But what happened was that just prior to, just at the time when my wife died, I was writing another book that was Nuclear Challenges Before India. But I don't know, like a mad guy, when she passed away, I just burnt it. Later realized what a mistake I made. You see, I thought I've lost everything. Because once I lost my wife, I didn't know where I was. For 2 years, I went into sort of depression. So that's the time when probably everyone told me to divert my mind, you see.
Yeah.
And
You'll
not believe me that I used to cry under the bed sheet or the bed cover, and then I used to tell myself and console myself, damn well, who will come and tell you to laugh? So better laugh it out. And that's how slowly I came back to normalcy. You see, I started playing about a year back, but picked up so quickly as I think the God opened the gateway for me. Okay. And that's how. And one thing more, madam, which I always feel, and allow me to say that music echoes love, care, and compassion. It teaches you empathy, humility, patience, and gives you a lot of experience also. And mind it, it increases and enhances your IQ.
Yes,
Yeah.
fully agree to that.
Yeah. So that is what is last.
So could we just break in for another song right now? If you have any song of your choice that you can that I can play for you, anything that comes to your mind?
Oh,
Any song you
I
like?
love all the old songs in Hindi, ma'am. I don't know whether you're a Hindi songs lover or an
I
English
love
one.
Hindi songs.
All right.
Yeah, I wait for a chance to play a
that will
Hindi
do
song.
good to me, ma'am.
Which is your favorite song?
Well,
Or who's your favorite singer?
Singer. All right. I'll tell you which is my favorite song. You see, when my wife passed away, I used to sing a song in which I put my heart and soul and started playing on piano also. Lag ja gale, fir ye raat
My
ho na
gosh.
ho.
Lata Mangeshkar.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
फिर वो रात हो न हो शायद इस में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले.
Oh, it's my favorite song too. Okay, so we'll break in for that song,
All right,
and then
all right.
we could come and wind up with our final message.
लग जा गले से
Welcome back after that wonderful number, which is also one of my favorite numbers, There Lag Ja Gale, which was sung by Lata Mangeshkar originally, and we love to play various versions of it here on our channel. So we have with us here in conversation Major Vijay Kumar Bhasin, and sir, could you tell us one final piece of advice and a message to all our listeners?
Well, I'll be telling it very succinctly. Never ever give up. Help others as much as you can. And there, of course, above you is God, who opens his gateways to you for heavens. I think this is my only message. Help as much as you can.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Vijay Kumar Bhasin, for making the time for us here on our channel. We wish you all the very best and continue doing the good work that you have been doing for society, and God bless you.
Thank you.